What's he watching? Have you heard anything about Hayes? Have you heard anything about Hayes? Beth Sims, what's going on? Simmons, I'm sorry, Beth Simmons. I always call you Beth Sims. Beth Simmons, what's good? It's good to see you. Good to see you. How are you on this wonderful evening? Lady. Yeah, I know. I got to see if my daughter's school's open tomorrow. I'll wait for more people to come in before I open this up all the way. Child mother provides home housing following the homeless camp development. That was nice of her. Four degrees. Lord. Who else is coming in? 4 degrees here, guys. Baby, I don't see nothing about haze. Hear me? I know, I do too. It said a woman opened her house up for the homeless. That was really nice of her. They closed my daughter's school today. If you wasn't in here earlier, because the heat wasn't working. Come on, Ruby. Well, if it falls, Sharon, and it breaks, it's not your fault, honey. You're trying to get him to listen. He's not wanting to listen. Is Hayes Middle School closed?
Hayes Middle School. Here we go.
Time to see. Time to go to bed, Ruby.
No.
I'm trying to.
Why you have your phone? Because I'm a mommy. Yeah. If you like your phone, I can have my phone. No, you're not. No, fucking stop.
Lay down, Ruby. Be good.
You don't feel good. I know you don't.
What website do I go to find out for school closing? There we go. Canal. It was. They had. Trying to see. Let me come back over to the chat so I don't want to leave nobody out. I remember a little. I was. Do you have any luck finding work there? Excuse me. So is Rudy. The following bus route changes are affected till further notice due to emergency closures to Keystone Drive. Mm. Country farmer. Yeah, some schools are closed due to the cold weather and heating problems up north of me. That's what my daughter Nintendo. My daughter. Um, yeah, that was one thing that my daughter had. Delay. It says delays all. None in Canal County. Yeah. They're letting all the see Canal County. I'm sorry, they're stupid. All the counties are on delays, but us. Literally, they're so stupid. And I hope they hear me. Go. Let's see. I think if it's cold, I don't think anybody should be in school, be waiting at the bus stop. And they shouldn't have school. And who else came in? How you doing tonight, Mitchell? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? How you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Oh, way too cold for kids to going out. And I agree. 100%. I agree with you. It's way too cold for kids to be outside. Make it a snow day, right? That's good, country farmer. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to find out if my daughter.
No, not just her.
Well, I'm looking for not because they had no heat. With one, she has an appointment tomorrow.
Oh, what?
The Damison Center with a thingy.
Stop, Marie. Stop. Stop.
I don't know what that is. Hey. Hopefully you don't get it at all. Hey, lady, how'd you come out with the job interviews or job searches? I do too. I'm with you on that one. Is Hayes Middle School closed tomorrow?
Hayes Middle School. Here you go.
That's not telling me nothing. Someone have to go on the scholiology thingy. I hope they get a hold of you and you get to do something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on scholiology to find this thing. Oh, Hayes is that their Facebook? No, I don't want all that. That's Lexington, Kentucky. All right, I want to have to go there. Hey, probably waiting until the last minute. The country. I hope not. I hope you get something. I really do. Who's this? I was wondering if you could send me your home address to add you to our choice movie list to send out for once the movie is finished. Oh, I wondered if you could send me your home address to add to our choice movie list. Send out for once the movie is finished. Get this to my director. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, excuse me. Choices movie. Choices movie. All right, I need to go here, here, and back to the chat. I'm going back and forth, guys. Okay. So, Shooting Stars, Arthur Studios. It's not what I'm looking for. Scholiology. Let's go to scholiology. Log me in. So, what y'all been into today? Okay, go home. Let's see. I don't know if this helps me. No, I don't know. Hopefully Chuck comes around. He can help me. Say, hey. Whatever. Let's see. Misplaced. Oops, I missed a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm watching. Okay. Yeah, I think we all are. Got me a ham to cook tomorrow. That sounds yummy. It really does. I got KFC leftovers for tomorrow. M&M's need calling. I don't know what that is. Nothing wrong with KFC. No, there's nothing wrong with KFC leftovers. As long as it's cooked right and the people, it's not nasty or anything, I'd be willing to eat KFC. Chuck. Right, let me go to one other place. My God, what a hairdo. Mr. Gray hair? Nope. Oh, let's see. No. Just 13 hours ago. Let's see. Come on. Moo. Yeah, I see nothing. All right, let's see. Who's here? Who come in to get warm? Hey, Andreo. I think Andreo. How we doing? If I said that right. Please don't kill me if I didn't. I saw no information about it, but It's good to see you. I have one about 3 miles from me, 2 miles maybe. Let's see where I'm at. Straight down that way. Straight down that way. It's in town. It's considered as a city now, but we was actually the country. They decided to sign a bill to make it a city. I like Wendy's Frosties. They get the $4 deal. You can get a chicken or a burger, and chicken nuggets and fries and a drink for $4. I love the Frosties. So, guys, what do we want to talk about tonight? Tonight is an evening stream. Adults, no kids allowed. Adults only. First, let me do this. I didn't get to do this yet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV. This is your boy, Jesse the Jackhammer. Please make sure you smash that like button. Please make sure you hit that share button and share it out on all your social medias from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter and more. Please make sure you hit that big red button that says subscribe on it, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, JD. So you can become part of our family. If you have subscribed, you're new here, we want to say thank you for subscribing and welcome to the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV's family. Welcome to our family. If you've been here for a while, we want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our life and part of our family for sure. Okay, I have to go Google that. I don't know what that word is. I'm just telling you the truth. We gotta understand I have a little illiteracy problem there. What is that? I know what that is now. That I've never talked about that on my shows or on my live streams, and I don't want to make nobody uncomfortable. Now I know what it is. So let's pick another topic. Because I've never spoke about that on my live streams. It's good to see you, JD. Laura's World TV. Who's that? Let's not talk about drugs there, country farmer. I mean, because I never have talked about drugs on my thing here, so. Case of emergency. I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, it's Laura. Okay. Hey, you changed your name on me. Doing great. How are you? It's drugs, Larry. Why in the heck did I call you Larry? Goodness gracious. Excuse me, lady. It's drugs. That's what it is. It's drugs. And I really don't feel comfortable speaking about drugs. Yeah, but I don't feel comfortable talking about it. I do apologize. Yes, it's only adults. Honey, you winning? Let's see. It's like 11 o'clock at night. All the children are supposed to be in bed getting ready to go to school tomorrow. And this is when we do an adult show. Because I don't want to be on here for 2 or 3 hours because I want to be able to get my proper rest tonight. Because I got so much to do. I got to get up early again, take the kids to the bus stop, come back, and I got to go to the bank. I got to go to the bank and take care of some bank business, and then I got to take my daughter to an appointment at 1 o'clock. Kirby, you're welcome to come back tomorrow. I mean, if you're underage, we will ask you not to stay because we may say something that you're not supposed to hear with you being a teenager. I don't get it. 10:17. It's 11:17 here. You're central. Adults, it's your call. I'm leaving it to the adults in the chat. But it's your all's call. You let me know. I know this is our stream. This is our channel. But I'm leaving it to the other adults in the chat. Nobody block them. Nobody time them out or nothing. How am I being? How are you doing, Laura? So I'm letting you all adults to choose, not just one, not just two. All the adults are here to choose if you would want Kirby to stay in for the adult night conversation. So adults, go ahead and make your choices. I'm doing good. Doing good. Took me a little power nap tonight here in my chair, and my wife came jumping up on top of me and like freaking out. Still not figuring out what it was. Hello, Julie. Julie, we're letting all the adults choose. We're letting all the adults in the chat to choose if we should let Kirby stay. Kirby's a teenager. And it says no kids allowed, adults only. So I'm letting all you adults in the chat choose if Kirby can stay or not. So I'm waiting for all you adults to make that decision. So yes or is a no. He's gonna have to answer that question for you, lady. Kirby, you're gonna have to answer lady's question. Kirby, the ladies have chose. Adults have chosen. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stop. So wait. Wait a minute. We ain't going to do this because you're mad. I just removed your wrench, then, Kirby. You're not going to do this. I just removed his wrench. He lost that wrench. He don't go around just deleting regular messages because he's mad because we're asked him. He can't letting him know that he can't be in here. He can't do that. Kirby, we want you here, but this is our time as adults. Yes, you did. Listen, son, and I'm talking to you as you if you was my own kid. Listen, you did. You deleted a message that Laura put out there. You probably didn't mean to, but you can't be doing that, okay? You can't be deleting messages like that. That's why a lady said, hey, now, Kirby. That wasn't nice. You can't fib about it either because it's not going to get you nowhere. I'll go somewhere else to a live. Well, you're welcome to come back tomorrow, Kirby, if you want to. Just relax and have a great night. That's right, Mama Hen. You're welcome, Laura. That's what I'm saying. When you have these wrenches, you cannot abuse having the wrenches and turn around wanting to delete other people's messages to be mean because you're not getting your way and you want to throw a temper tantrum because you're not getting your way. You want to throw a temper tantrum because we asked you to excuse yourself appropriately instead of throwing these childish games or these childish behaviors out there. All we ask you to do is politely excuse yourself from the chat till tomorrow because it says adults on there. So you can't. We're gonna say you can't act. You know, I know you're a kid. You're 14 years old, but you need to respect your elders, your people that are older than you, like your adults, like our parents. Kirby, I like you. You're my family, man. And I know you're 14, but you're my family. I'm going to say this now. You're my family, and I hope you don't take this in as a wrong way. Just understand when it says adults only, that means kids are not allowed in here because sometimes in late at night like this, we talk about stuff, we say stuff that a child should not even hear. We love you as family. We really do. We love you as family. And since I found out you're 14, you know, you're almost just like one of mine. You know, I have a 13-year-old, okay? I have a 13-year-old girl. So you're basically just almost like mine. I'm not taking you away from your mom and dad, but you're basically just like my child. So you're part of my family still because you're subscribed to us. You're part of the family. And I want you to continue to be part of the family. You understand? Everything's gonna be good. Just about around this time, usually we have the after hour adult things. So Laura, Kirby apologized to you. You didn't not acknowledge him. He actually apologized to you. You need to acknowledge him. That's, I mean, you gotta, if you have manners, use your manners when somebody's apologizing. Acknowledge the person that apologized to you. Like Kirby, he's apologizing to you. Thank you. It's okay, Laura. I was in and out this morning, deal with stuff. You only have to do it one time. I'm deleting the second message. You only have to do it one time. I might be mean. Okay, you only have to do it one time. Okay. Let's see. Because they'll show up in there. What is that? What you doing, Mama? Huh? What you playing? Huh? Smurfs. You playing Smurfs? You making some chemical? Oh wow. All right, guys. So what's the topic tonight? I'm putting this in your hands. We've been live for 45 minutes, no topic. Sorry, everyone, that I have been MIA today. I'm sick and sleep all day. Are you okay, Julie? Are you okay, Mama Hen? You need some warm tea and some honey. You need some honey. I am still sad about not having. I am still sad not having a ranch, but I'm okay. How I do to approve myself, Jesse, bro. It's all good. Just drop it, leave it alone, and it was done and dealt with, Laura. We're moving forward. Yeah, me and you both. I got some tea, but I don't have no honey. My honey's laying in bed playing Smurfs. All right, lady, hurry back. You got to Monday. But if you continue talking about it, it's going to prolong it, and it's going to. I'm just don't want. I'm trying. I'm the kind of person don't want to get irritated or aggravated, or don't want to be aggravated about something that we've already discussed and dealt with. That's how I am. So you got to Monday. You'll get back Monday if everything's okay. Oh, excuse me. Sharon's playing Smurfs right now. And when you do, Laura, we don't mind you doing the like and subscribe and hit that bell notification stuff and smash that like button. But also, please give other people to put in there too that, you know, that wants to throw out there too. We love when you do that. That helps us. But let other people throw out there too. Don't delete nothing. Please don't delete nothing. Like if, say, Julie was put out there, smash that like button, and you throw it out in front of her, you know, we need to give everybody a turn to, you know, push the promotion of hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that notification button. just take turns doing it. Rotation. Gives you everybody a chance. You know what I mean? That's what it does. It's all good. Oh, I see. I did not know that. I will drop it now. Sorry, bro. Jesse, we are family. Am I right? We better be family. If we're not family, then we get a problem. God bless you, bro, Jesse. Okay, no problem. It's all good. Julie. We need a topic. Because once this. So what's the topic, guys? I don't know. That's what I've been asking. We're in 48 minutes into the stream. I don't know. It don't matter to me. It's adult time. Laura, you smoke more than I changed my underwear. Oh, shoot. We're in 49 minutes of the stream, so we need a topic. I'm letting you all choose, Jolie. I'm letting you choose, or I'm letting you all choose. What is happening? Y'all pick a topic. I'm waiting. Well, I'm going to go answer some comments. I'm waiting for y'all to pick a topic, and I'll be right back. Really? And for the topic, I'll be back over there here in a second. So let's see. All right, I'm done on this. What the world? What'd he do? I'm lost. Thank you, Kirby John. How are you doing, mister? Mo man, I'm doing good. How did you get into contact with the department? How did you get in connecting? How did you get into contracting the parted? Trying to understand. What does YouTube allow people to film smoking marijuana and throw off family videos? I don't know. How did you get into contacting the department? Oh, phone number on Google. Put in YouTube's phone number. It'll come up. Got a question, Julie? Why does YouTube allow people to film smoking marijuana and throw off family videos? I don't know. I guess because they make money off of it. I'm not really sure, Julie. I think it shouldn't be allowed at all. How did you get in contact? How did you get into contacting the department? The department. Kathleen and family was good. Hey, Beth Simmons, what do you mean? Can you explain to me a little bit so I can understand it myself if you don't care? How did you get to contacting the department? Contacting the department. What department? I'm just trying to figure out. Welcome back. What made you start contacting the dead? Well, it goes a little bit like this. When I was a teenager, okay, and when I got locked up into a mental hospital, okay, years ago. And it was when I was a teenager. Yeah, when I was a young teenager, I got locked up into a mental hospital after my mama passed away. Okay, because I kind of took it really hard, and they had to lock me up. And so, as I was in the mental hospital, my mama kept on coming to me. I kept on seeing my mama, constantly seeing my mama, and so when I mean, she was with me there, and all I was hearing from my mama was just do what they tell you to do, and you'll be out. Then that's what I was told. So, but when I went to the counselor, and the counselor was a nun, I told her, I said, I keep on seeing my mama, and she's dead. She died on us, but I keep on seeing her. And the woman really thought I was crazy. So they kept me in the padded cell. I had company. My mama was in there with me. She kept me company. She told me I didn't need to be in that padded cell. You know, there was nothing wrong with me. You know, and but when I saw my mama, and because she kept on trying to communicate with me, so as I got older, we moved into a house, a very haunted house, 2-story house. Story about this house, and this house keeps on contacting me, like in spiritual ways, and I'm not wanting to go back to this place. So when we moved in this place, literally, we moved from Richmond, Kentucky, into this place called Flemingsburg, Kentucky. Yeah, she helped me through it. She would never left my side, ever. And they tried to medicate me, and I kept the medication underneath my tongue. I made it look like it, lift up, and I like between my lips. I had to do all that crap. And then when I go to my room, I take the medication out of my lip. I would keep it flat. It was a pill. I would keep it flat because it wouldn't stick out. Then I would take it out of my lip and I would hide it. I'd make a little incision, like you can make it look like the mattress is not ripped or, and I would stick all my pills in there. I wasn't going to be drugged up for something I didn't need at all. And so I got out of there and we moved from Richmond, Kentucky to a house in Flemingsburg, Kentucky. It was a 2-story white house. Now, the story was, in this 2-story white house, the mother done witchcraft. And she sacrificed her family. And the daughter went out and amongst into the little community that was in the country. Went into the community and she got with one of the farmers and got pregnant. Well, when her mother found out, knowing her mother was doing witchcraft, okay? When her mother found out when she was doing witchcraft, she was not happy. She was not happy at all. And so the daughter had the child. So it was time for the sacrificing the family. Well, she killed her husband. And the daughter was carrying her child down the stairs, and the mother pushed the daughter down the stairs with the child in her arms. And the mother killed the daughter. And so anyways, so the mother grabs the baby of the daughter and she so she grabs the mother, the daughter's mother grabs the baby and goes outside. Don't come to the house. Don't come to the house. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. And the daughter's mother threw the baby down the well. Well, every time it rains, you will hear a baby that cries. You will hear a baby that cries in the well. Okay. So every time it rains, you hear a baby cry in the well. In the room over the living room, you will hear footsteps. And this young lady, you will see her on the stairs leaning over the banister. And then you will see the mother wandering the whole house and sitting on the back of the back porch. The back porch was actually closed off. They said when she died, some way, somehow, she died in the wall. She had something done where she actually went in, she had like a secret department she went into, and she died in the wall. And this place is very haunted, and it does okay. Well, I hope she gets better, Chuck. We're thinking about her. Let's see. How you doing, September? So there's like spiritually, it's like this because I lived in this house, and what I experienced, there was even chains in the basement. When I was a kid, I kept on hearing these chains rattle, and there was chains that was hooked to the wall, and there was a bed that was bolted down to the floor, and I kept on hearing these chains rattle. So um, So, anyways, I kept on hearing these chains rattle, and I have seen the face in my wall, a foot of its steps, covered it up with a door. I still want to see that, Chuck. So, but yeah, it's like I lived in this place, the things I've experienced and stuff, and I was like, I don't remember where we were, but I was woke up out of my sleep, a very deep sleep, of something hollering my name one time. It wasn't here, but I don't remember where I was. But we was at another location where we used to live in the past. I was literally woke up out of my sleep, something hollering my name, and it's like I couldn't open my eyes, but I saw this house, and I heard this, and I had to make myself. I made myself open my eyes, and I realized this house was trying to communicate with me, and it was weird. So when I got older, I'm kind of bouncing around here. When I got older, I was like, I don't know. I was with mom still, and it was raining one day. I've never shared this one right here with nobody. Hey, Chad, how you doing? Um, I've never shared this with nobody, and I want to say, I know I was over 20, 21 years old, but I was still with mom because I was trying to help mom out because she always stays sick. So we was at my grandparents' house. It was lightning and thundering, and I wanted to walk across town to go see my ex-girlfriend. Okay. She is no longer alive. She's no longer with us. K-pop. So we're walking. Literally, I have to go literally across town to get to her house. So we're kind of taking this little little way, you know, goes. We go from my grandpa's house down by Kroger's, up the street to the end, then cross it over, and when you cross it over, it kind of circles. You go like this, you got to cross the street again, and then you have like a circle. Well, I remember there was a lot of water on the streets because it was raining very hard, and I was soaked. I'll never forget this. I was very wet and soaked. And like I said, this story I'm not going to tell you all. I've never shared with nobody. And so we was halfway there. My oldest brother was ahead of me. I remember stepping in this puddle of water. And as I did, I saw this lightning bolt literally come down and actually hit this puddle of water while I was in it. And it actually, I got hit by lightning while I was in that puddle of water. The strikes was going through the water. And I just saw this rippling on the water. It's like that. While I was in the middle of the puddle. You know, I'm always the type of person I like to step in water, play in water. It's like a kid would bounce up and down. But I remember seeing the electricity like going over the water. Well, I got hit with this, and I was like shaking like that noise, you know, and I hit the ground. I remember hitting the ground. I'll never forget this. And my brother looks back and sees me laying on the ground. He quickly runs back to me, and he stays a distance. And I remember making myself get up. I'll never forget this. I remember making myself get up that night after that happened. And all I can feel is the weirdness in my body. The weirdness in my body, you know, from that lightning bolt, of that electricity that was literally going like this over the water puddle. And I made myself get up. My brother thought I was dead. My shoes, bottom of my shoes were melted. Literally melted. And I made myself get up. And he thought I was dead. He goes, "You stay right there. I'm going to call 911. I said, "I'm fine." I got up and we went over to her house. So we, so as I got older and I got on my own, when I got through all this, you know, what I experienced with the paranormal stuff. What's up, Rusty Faith? And when my buddy was alive before he passed away on July 4th, 2004, before he passed away, we went down to Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And, you know, after I got hit with this lightning bolt like it happened, I can see things and I can hear things that people can't see or cannot hear. And sometimes it scares me shitless sometimes. Excuse my language. It scares me to death sometimes that I try to control it because it's just, it's like I can hear and see things that nobody can hear or see. Okay. Anyways, me and him went to Point Pleasant. We had, older equipment, and we was, we had this actually how we got in Point Pleasant. You don't know me. but I got your number from somebody that knows you. And I was wanting to contact you all to see if y'all come out and check out my sister's house. And so we said, yeah. We went out there, and when we got out there to check out her sister's house, she walked in, then he walked in, then I walked in right behind him, and I turned to the left, and I said, everybody just stay still for a second. Do not move. And he knew I had this ability. And he goes, what do you see? I said, I see a short man, like a no disrespect, but like a dwarf, a midget. He came up to the bottom of the windowsill, about the bottom of the windowsill. And I said, do not move. He was really dirty looking, like he had like dirt all over him, like grime and stuff, you know. I said, do you see that guy? You see that guy standing there? And he stands there and looks right at me. Nobody saw him, but I was the only one. So we was there for almost about 1 o'clock. Well, we kept on hearing this machine noise. Like in a coal mining. I've never been coal mining, but I've heard people talk about during the machines they had to use and stuff. We kept on hearing this machine. And we couldn't figure it out. It was really loud. She had nothing running. It was cold in her house. And it was weird. But I was the only one that saw that guy. And when we went back the following day, they was bombing the living room. I went to knock on the front door, and he was with me. And I think he was on the porch with me. As I knocked on the door, I looked at the front because the doors were shut and locked. They had that closed off to the kitchen. And as I was knocking to go back, I told him, I said, hey, do you see that? He goes, what? That old lady standing there. He goes, I don't see nothing. I said, there is an old lady standing in front of that window. So they come around, creeping around with her gun. I'm like, it's just us. Don't shoot. And then, so we went to the back area, to the kitchen. And so anyways, I said, was you all in the living room any? And she goes, no, we would be in the kitchen the whole time. I said, because I saw an old lady in your window, living room window, literally looking out the window. She was actually looking out the window like she was looking for somebody, or like she was waiting for somebody. I told my buddy about it, and he wasn't able to see it. I was the only one that saw it. And she goes, yeah, there is. This other sister says, yeah, there is an old lady that died here in this house. And she's been seen by other people. And I said, well, I just saw her when I knocked on your door. So, strange things. Reason why I communicate with the dead is because there is things I can see, like if there's something that walks in front of me, if I'm sitting here, or if I'm out with somebody, like, did you hear that? Did you see that? and Chuck thinks I'm going crazy, but I can actually see things that he couldn't hear or he didn't see. And this all started after that lightning hit that water puddle. I never was able to see anything at all or hear anything at all until that lightning bolt hit that water puddle I was in. And then it all started when I was able to see and hear. When my grandmother passed away after all that lightning bolt hit, I moved in with my papa. Well, when she passed away, I was laying on the couch. My mom and my dad, my mom and my little brother is in the spare room. Well, no, me and him slept on the couch. I'm sorry. Me and him slept on the couch because it folded out, and she stayed in the spare room, and my papa stayed in his room. And I was like really taking it tough, and because I just lost my grandmother, that's back in the 90s. And I was like laying there crying. Why, Nanny, did you have to go? I'm going to miss you. I love you. And I felt this hand touch me like like I'm literally this hand. I felt this hand literally touch me and like, everything's going to be okay. So, I mean, I just literally felt this hand touch me like everything's going to be okay. Well, I moved in with my papa. Okay, and my nanny had a habit to wake up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, he said I can move into my nanny's room. Okay, she was already gone, so he said I can move into her room. Well, like I said, she had a habit waking up every morning at 5 o'clock because she loved watching her QVC channel. So as I was living here at his house, or when I come over and visit, I would stay in her room every morning. Okay, because I turned the light out. Larry turned the light out. TV off, light out, and every morning at 5 o'clock, the light was on. Every morning at 5 o'clock, the light was on. Every morning at 5 o'clock, the TV was on, and it was set to QVC. So every morning, like I said, 5 o'clock, the light would come on, and I was sleeping, and this woke me up with the light on at 5 o'clock in the morning. And the TV going on QVC. It was weird, and it happened every morning. And then I moved out, and I moved to my own place. But this is why I communicate with the dead, because I see things and I hear things that other people can't see or can't hear at all. And, you're very welcome. I appreciate it. You're welcome, guys. But like I said, when I'm with Chuck, we're doing our paranormal investigation. I tell Chuck, I said, did you hear that? No, I think you're hearing things. Or, he's not doing it. Not trying to say to be mean, but that means, what I heard, but he didn't hear it. Or did you see that? Excuse me. And he's like, no, I think you've seen things. So he didn't see it, but I did, because that's the ability I have since I got hit with that lightning bolt, seeing things or hearing things. And when this all happened, okay, And I was able to, when I really started seeing things, I was scared to death. I was literally scared to death when I first started seeing things. Why am I seeing this? Why am I hearing this? Nobody else saying it. Mom, did you hear that? No. Mom, did you see that? No. Why am I seeing this and nobody else is? It was scaring me. I mean, it was literally scaring me. And, you know, it was weird. So I just literally broke down to my mom and said, Mom, I need to talk to you. She goes, okay. She goes, grab a seat on the stool, sit down and talk to me. We sat down. I said, Mom, I said, we got a problem. She goes, what's wrong? I said, I'm scared. She goes, scared of what? Mom, I'm actually seeing the dead walking the earth. I'm actually hearing, and I don't want anybody to think I'm crazy, but I'm actually hearing voices of other people talking. And she goes, it's okay. It's okay. You're seeing these things, you're hearing these things, and nobody can see it. And it's okay. Her words were to me is to help them out. See what they want. Listen to them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just listen to them. And, you know, that's what I've been doing since then. I've been listening to them, and I just using my ability to communicate with people that has came through that we've communicated with when we've done the live EVP, and listening and hearing what goes on here in my house at this time of night, or it's weird. But I know. Here's one thing, okay? One thing I want to share this one. So me and my wife, we only had the girls, okay? Me and my wife was sitting in the living room. I had like a rocking chair recliner sitting in the middle of the floor. And she'll tell you the same story because she was sitting right next to me. Something came over me that night. It was nighttime. Something came over me that night because I had my chair literally in the middle of the floor. And something came over me. I mean, if I get really close to people, literally, I see people dying. And I see, if they go to heaven, I see them go to heaven. If they go to hell, I see it happen. If they don't, I don't see them go like to heaven or hell. But my chair was literally in the middle of the room, and something came over me where it shut my eyes. My eyes were completely shut. She goes, what's wrong? Because she knew about my ability. I said, honey, someone just died. And I was crying. I had some tears come in my eyes. I said, somebody just died. And I said, they just went to heaven. Two days later, my wife got a phone call. Her aunt passed away 2 days ago. The night I saw this, the night she passed away. 2 days later, she got the phone call. And her aunt passed away. When my mom was on her deathbed, I'll never forget this. When my mom was on her deathbed, okay, I saw these angels gathering around her. And I just kept on telling them, no, please don't take her. Please don't take her. And one came right next to me and told me, it's her time. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to hear it. So I went home that night. I just had an altercation with my stepdad, and I got kicked off the hospital property. I went home that night after I saw this. Then me and him got in an altercation, and I went home, and I told my wife what I saw. So, when because he had a power of attorney over her. So when I woke up that morning and my brother called me. I just got out of the shower, just got dressed, and my brother called me. He goes, Jesse, are you at the hospital? I said, no, why? He goes, Mom just passed away at 9:30 this morning, March 18th, 2009. 9:30 in the morning. Mom passed away. I told him what happened between me and my stepdad. And I said, I'll be at the hospital. Because my mom had legal services. She knew the law. She knew about, she was like a lawyer. She knew the law, and I kind of watched her do this all my life growing up. Once somebody has a power of attorney over you, and once you die, they have no power over you no more. All they have power over is to make sure your bills get paid. So once you have died, and somebody's a power of attorney over you when you're sick in the hospital, or if you're bedridden at home, and I learned this from my mom by watching her, listening to her, telling people this, talking to people, because this is the degree that in the option she took. Okay? Once someone's a power of attorney over you and you die, they have no power over you at all. They have to arrange the funeral. They have to pay the bills from hospitals to any other bills that comes in. So I called the hospital. I spoke to the director. And the director says I was not allowed on the property or I'd get arrested. I said, my mom is gone. She is dead. She is no longer with us. She has passed away. And I don't like to use the term dead, but I did that day to make a point proven, to make a point clear. I said, she is dead. She is no longer alive. Well, your father's a power of attorney over her. I said, sir, my mom is gone. And he has no power of attorney over her no more because she's no longer here. And he goes, let me call the attorney. I'll call you back. They called the hospital attorney, and the hospital attorney verified it. Once somebody dies, and whoever had power of attorney on that person when they was alive, once they die, they no longer have power of attorney of that person no more. Only they had responsibilities to pay the bills and make arrangements of the funeral. So he calls me back. He goes, meet me in the lobby. I met him in the lobby. I said, I'm not here to have no grief. I didn't do nothing wrong yesterday, but I got kicked off the property for no reason. So he let me go up there to her room, and this is gonna not throw a loop, but it's just gonna throw, oh my God, to your brain. Oh my God, you're all gonna have a shock on this one. So I walk in the room. He asked me, what am I doing there? And he says, who's that? And I said, meet the hospital director. And he says, Mr. Smith, walk out in the hallway with me. And he goes, no, he's not supposed to be here. Call the police. I said, Dad, Mom's gone, and you have no more power of attorney over her. And the only thing your responsibility now is pay the bills, and let's get her put to rest somewhere where she wants to be buried at. So the director pulled him out of the room. And I'll never forget this. I walked over to my mom. I looked right over her. I laid my head on her chest. I was crying because she was gone. My best friend was gone. And I said, Mom, it was not my fault. I did nothing wrong to get kicked off this property. I told you I wanted to be here with you to the end. And he had me removed because he's told me that you didn't need me no more. And I as I had my hand on her chest, and I was crying and speaking this to her. And I'll never forget this. I'll take this to my grave. Her left arm raised up and went around and came around like this. And she gave me one last hug. And after she done that, she shed it one last tear. And after she gave me that one last hug, her arm dropped back down to the side of the bed. And she shed it one last tear. I grabbed that tear before it fell. And I just went like this. And let it soak in there. I wanted to keep it. Well, so my brother shows up and stuff, and we're talking, and the nurses. I spoke to the nurses. They came in to give her a bath that morning, and she was basically comatose. She raised up out of a coma, and there was 2 nurses that witnessed this. They told me themselves. They said she was like in a coma, but they came in to bathe her and stuff to make her feel comfortable for her stay. She raised out of that coma, looked over the nurse's shoulders, and all she said was, "Hi," and boom, flopped back down, and that was it. The clock in her room stopped on 9:30 that morning. It literally stopped that morning. And this is 2 nurses that told me this. Their self. They said they have never seen anything like this, but she raised up out of the bed like she saw somebody coming to get her, and all she said was "Hi," and it's like her body flopped back normally. And it looked at the clock, and it quit working, and it hit 9:30 that morning. So when the hearse got there to pick her up, I walked out the door and I was getting across over to my vehicle. I stood in front of the hearse that he stopped. I said, hold on 1 second, please. I put my head into the passenger window. I looked at the driver. I looked back in the back. I said, Mom, since I can get to say goodbye to you, I want to see you one more time. So we moved over to Mom's. We went to the funeral and everything, and then the landlord let us move over into her trailer that she was renting. And when it in Flemingsburg, Kentucky, when it hit 6:45, about 6:45, the sun is shining. Literally, the sun is shining. And this is a very country place where you got farmers, you got milkers, you know, you still got your restaurants and stuff in town. But I got up to go to use the restroom. I was coming out. And I said, Sharon, where you going? That's what I said, exact words. Sharon, where you going? Is Shannon okay? My wife raises up out of the bed. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm still in bed. I look at the doorway, literally looked up, and there stood my mother saying her goodbyes to me. And she was waving at me. And that's the last time I actually saw her. But I've heard her in that same trailer, when Shannon was little, we was working on, and I think Shannon was in preschool at the time too. She was working on her alphabets and stuff, and she started counting and doing her alphabets. And I heard playing. I was in the computer room. The living room was right here. Computer room was in the middle of the spare room. That was the computer room. And I heard, because she goes, honey, listen, Shannon's got something to tell you. And she started singing her ABCs and doing her numbers. And I was sitting there in the computer room with the door open. And they was in the living room. And since she gets done, I heard plain as day, oh, wow, good job. My own mother's voice. My own mother's voice said this. My own mother said this. I heard her say this. I heard her voice, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, wow, good job. I stopped. I walked out of the computer room. I said, honey, did you hear that? She goes, yes, I did. Shannon says, Daddy, I heard it too. And we all three heard it. My mother was still with us in that trailer. I had no qualms. She was welcome to stay. That was her house before I moved in. You know what I mean? I stayed there with her, but that was her house. She was more than welcome to stay. And when we moved, I said, Mom, we're leaving. If you want to stay here, this is your home. You're welcome to stay here. Or if you want to come along, you're welcome to come with us. Well, since we lived here, my wife has seen couple of times. My wife has seen a couple of times my mother here where we live at now. And if my mother is here, she's welcome to stay. She's watching over the grandchildren. That's what my mom was all about, was the grandkids. And she's welcome to stay if she's wanting to stay with us. I gave her that choice. I said, you're welcome to stay here, Mom. This was your house. Or you can come along because we're going back to West Virginia. And my wife has actually, since we lived here, seen my mom a couple of times right here in this house right here. Now, let me share something with you all. Because when I share this, I want to tell you before I do share this, there was over 1,000 people saw this with their eyes on YouTube. Okay. Over 1,000 people have actually seen this with their eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I was on I Believe in Ghosts live stream one time. I was in the chat. He's from the UK area, he's from another country, okay? And I was in his chat. He was doing a lot of EVP, helping people to reach out to their loved ones. Well, Michael, I Believe in Ghosts, EVP's brother, okay? I was in the chat and he had his sage. He was trying to light it. He could not keep it lit. It would not light at all. One single bit. He could not keep it lit. I put in there, I believe in ghosts. Can you try to reach out to my mom, Karen Smith? He saw the message and he actually started to reach out. And when he said her name, like I said, I'm just telling you right now, there's over 1,000 people or more that saw this on his live stream. Lou Rock was even there. He saw it. He said, Karen Smith, I'm reaching out for your son. And I gave him my real name. And can you come through to just give a message to your son? Right after he said my mother's name, by itself, he quit messing with the sage. Right after he said my mother's name, by itself, the sage lit up all by itself. I don't know if he lives in an apartment, townhouse, or what, but the room he was in, it lit up automatically by itself after he said my mom's name. And the smoke literally covered. And all I was seeing in that chat, oh my gosh, did this really happen? They could not believe it. My mother loved sage. We're Cherokee in our family, and also we're Navajo. Okay. My mother loved sage. She believed in the blessings. She believed in things happening for a reason. And once he said my mother's name to come through, that sage lit up by itself. And that whole room, the room he was in, literally covered big time. It would not stop. The smoke would not stop rolling. He had to sit it out on his balcony. He had to open the windows. And he couldn't believe it. And over the thousands of people that was watching him that day, It was daytime my time. It was day his time, and I believe it was nighttime my time. I believe it was night my time. I'm not really. I don't remember if it was day or night, but it was one or the other. But the people, the thousands of people was there, could not believe it. What just happened on I Believe in Ghosts live stream when that sage lit up by itself and it started rolling after he said my mother's name. So, but that is my story, why I reach out to the dead. And because I have the ability to see and hear things. If you're ever with me, that if we ever do a collaboration together, if it's paranormal, if I ever say, did you hear that? Or did you see that? And if you didn't, you know the ability I have that what I saw or what I heard is what I have. So that is my story. I'm pleased and honored to share with all of you all. And I'm turning to the chat. Thank you, Beth Simmons. I am too. So that was her. We heard in the kitchen when you all went shopping. Possibility, K-Pup. Okay, he's from Poland. Well, if he comes in this chat tonight or any other time, ask him about that sage. Ask him about that live stream when he reached out to my mother and that sage firing up by itself. Like I said, Lou Rock was in there too. You have an amazing story. Thank you. My God, I never knew opening up a package would be dang hard. Ha ha. You got us about to cry here, Jesse. Sorry, K-Pop. Thank you, Beth. I think you have the ability to help others. I love using my ability to help others. Let me say this much, okay? I'm going up in the chat. Randall, hey. Randall, I feel very honored that you shared your story. Thank you. That's something not everyone can do for sure. Thanks for sharing your story. You're welcome, Julie. So let me share this with you. 2010, okay. We're heading to Florida to Disney, okay. Orlando, Florida to Disney. So one place I always wanted to go to, and I did. In 2010, I said, honey, because we used to drink back then, okay? Like I said, I don't, so I said, baby, let's go to Savannah, Georgia. I said, we can go down there and check it out. I've always wanted to go. That's where Forrest Gump, the movie Forrest Gump was made in Savannah, Georgia. So we went down, we got there, we rested up, we went out and walked amongst the town, and we went to get some. I said, honey, you want some beer or something? And I saw these people walking around with this cup. And I was like, man, be careful. Don't get caught. You get in trouble. Man, don't worry about it. Go get you a beer. Walk the streets. The cops won't say nothing. Well, we didn't get much because we had the kids. We had to worry about the kids. But I got a cup. She got a cup. And we was walking around, drinking the beer. Cops didn't do nothing to us. But as we was down, we rowed the boats across the water and back. So there's this candy shop. But when we get off the boat, there's a statue of a woman. Excuse me. There's a statue of a woman in a blue dress. Literally in a blue dress. The statue. Well, they call her the Lady in Blue. So we're walking towards the candy shop. Out as we get closer to the candy shop, we're very close to this place. It was crowded, okay? It was December, it was close to Christmas time in 2010. And we going to walk into this candy shop. Out came a woman with a blue hat and a blue dress. Walks out of the candy shop. Literally. And all she could say to me is, "Excuse me." That was it. I said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be in your way." She comes out, literally out of the candy shop. She turns right, walks down to these empty buildings, and walks between these buildings. And as she gets to the corner, she vanishes. I said, "Honey, did you see that?" "No, what?" I said, "There was a woman literally walks out of the candy shop with that blue hat and a blue dress. Older looking. Not the talking about the clothes wise." And all she said was really rude was, "Excuse me." And I apologized to her for being in her way. And she literally turned right and went between those two buildings right there. And she vanished. She goes, "You serious?" I said, "Baby, look over at that statue. That's the woman I saw." And she vanished. They've been trying, paranormal investigators that go to Savannah, Georgia, has been trying their damnedest to catch the woman in blue. Literally trying to catch her on film, on camera, on video. I was the first person ever seeing her with my own eyes. I talked to a paranormal investigator that was from another state. He goes, "You are the very first person ever saw her." And we've been trying, and all the other paranormal investigators has been trying, and this TV shows that does paranormal shows has been trying to catch her on camera, and you're the very first person ever caught her with your own eyes. It was cool. It was cool, you know. But it wasn't awkward. It was just cool to see her, and it was cool that that was the first person that ever saw her, and they've been trying to catch her. Wow. The chat has been freezing since you began your story. That's crazy. So I wanted to share that with you all about that experience I had back in 2010. Like I said, we was heading to Disney for Christmas. And so but yeah, I wanted to share that with you. with you all. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, guys. I remember one thing about Disney. We was happy. We was happy. We was laughing as a family. But when we was happy on the boats, we was so excited. So excited. When we got to Disney at the main entrance, right as we got on the property, me and Sharon was fighting the whole time in Disney. Arguing, fighting, hollering each other, screaming each other, walking away from each other. Literally, when we left Disney, we was happy. We was laughing. But when we stepped foot on the Disney property, when we went there in 2010, we was arguing and fighting. But when we left, we weren't doing that. Now, I don't know if you all knew that Walt Disney was not a happy man. Walt Disney was an angry man. And he treated most of his employees very rudely. Now, when I look back at this, okay, when I look back at this, this tells me the day that we went there, Walt Disney must have been on this property, his spirit was, because when we get, like I said, when we were so excited that we kept on saying, this is actually what my kids was getting excited. The boat was really crowded. We was happy. And I heard the kids say, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're almost there, guys. I can see it now. We was just like laughing. We was like in this shocking moment, like we can't believe we made it. But as soon as we stepped on the property, right there on the property at the main entrance, where the welcome center is, it was like everything changed. Attitudes, arguments, fights. They want to be around each other. It was crazy. Because Disney's supposed to have that magic. But it's like something on that property came over on us, basically. And it was like an argument, a fight. It's like I kept on hearing this replay of Walt Disney trying to create this whole thing for the world, but he lost it all when he didn't have the money to pay the rent when they locked him out of his shop, this little building that he had. And he wanted to succeed, to do something cool for the world, but he was really angry because his daddy wanted him to work at a factory. And he didn't want that. He wanted what he wanted. And he was bombarded and angry and upset. And when he launched this, he was so angry still from everything that happened to him in childhood wise of his family not believing this. He took it out on his employees. And it's like that day. It was like a reenactment or something. But it happened to us. And it was crazy. It was weird. Never. Somewhere we've always wanted to go. We wanted to have fun. But when we get off the property, what just happened? Why was we angry? Why was we upset? This was the kids' Christmas. It was weird. I just never understood it. I never understood it. Why this happened to us on their first day to Disney. And it only happened on the first day we entered on the property from the water off the boat. Because we went back there again before we left. And we never had that experience. But it only happened on that first day. Only on that first day. We had a good night's sleep. We were excited to get to Disney, like I said. And on that first day, that's when all that happened. But we went to the other museum areas that we had on tickets for the package. We had fun. When we went back to Disney, it didn't happen that way like it did the first day. I never understood it. But after I start realizing and thinking about his anger and his hatred of what he went through. And everybody trying to steal his stuff. And he tried and tried to please everybody. But he couldn't. But it only happened that one day. Like I said, I just kind of when the reason why I know how he treated his employees when we went back the second day, I started carrying the conversation on with one of the employees that was there for 20 years. I said, so tell me, I'm sure you wasn't here when Mr. Disney was around, Mr. Walt Disney. But do you know how he was? Well, what I've heard, and it came from the employee, what I've heard, he treated his employees very rudely. And that just made me think, was it a reenactment? Or was he there, and I don't know. I never understood it, but like I said, by what I was told, he argued, he was always wanted to be the one that was right. He argued with his employees to make it feel like he was right. And that's what we did. We argued to make it one of us going to be right. One of them's going to be wrong. And it was weird. It was awkward. I don't know. Hey, Project. Hey, Illustrator. Hey, Dustin. I just don't understand, guys. I don't understand why it only happened that day. Like I said, we had a good night's sleep. And it only happened that day, that first day. But when we went back, it didn't happen at all. I mean, we got honored by Disney VIP passes. It was very cool to see. But like I said, I never understood it. Never. So, I don't know. Thanks for being here, Project. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time. I really do. I hope you have a lot of fun. I'm doing good. I'm very well. And I hope you're well too. And I hope you're doing good. And I hope you're having a great time. I really do. Have you put any videos up? So I have opened up a lot tonight, and I have shared a lot of good stories with you all that happened in our life or in my life. That's awesome. That's something you can also look back when the kids are little and when they get old enough. You can say, you know what? I can't believe it. My babies are 25 or my babies are 26 and they was this small when we went to Disney. That's awesome. And you can share with the world with your all's adventure, with your all's vacation, and have a great time doing it. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. That's true, Project. That's a good thing. You know, that's a real good thing. My kids asked me one not too long ago, um, Daddy, see, because Ruby is old enough to remember things. If you ever went to Disney, he will remember it. Because when we went to Disney in 2010, Ruby was way too small, and he was in a stroller. So he was, pardon me, he was he was way too small. So he was more being pushed around in a stroller, and we took turns on the rides with the girls. So, but now since he's no longer being pushed around in a stroller, and I mean, I wish we had the money to go. You know, it'd be cool to be able to do this. Um, it'd be awesome to be able to get some Disney tickets of different places of not just Disney, but there are other areas that they got, like parks they got uh, they're affiliated with and stuff. But like I said, we don't have the money for that. The kids asked the other day, Daddy, are we going? The girls asked us, Daddy, are we going to go back to Disney? And my son was like, you all went to Disney without me? I'm like, honey, we didn't go to Disney without you, baby boy. I told him, I said, you was with us, but you was a baby. And you was being more pushed around. They want to go back to Disney. And like I told him, I said, we don't have the money to. If we had the money, we would go. But we don't have the money to. Like I wish we did, to give them what they want. But we don't. We don't. I wish we did. Disney was my daughter's Make-A-Wish. Disney was my daughter's Make-A-Wish. That was her Make-A-Wish program, or just what she wishes to go to? No, I live in West Virginia. I'm 12 hours away from Disney. Well, not from Disney, but Orlando, Florida. I'm 12 hours from Orlando, Florida. So, but I know Disney's not that far from Orlando, about 10 minutes from Orlando. So I'm about 12 hours from Orlando, Florida. But I live in West Virginia, and like I said, we're 12 hours from Orlando, Florida. So I wish we did, because if you lived in the same town as a Disney park is, it'd be way cheaper than what it is now. By traveling uh, from another state to where Disney is, it's more expensive. But if you live in that town, like say, if we lived in Florida, we get the tickets cheaper. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Dustin. That really is. Uh, yeah, that's awesome. That really is. God bless her heart. So, but yeah, God bless her heart. The trip would cost us over $8,000. Yes, it would, and if we paid for it. Yeah, that's true. It's expensive. Like I said, if you lived in Florida, you can get it cheaper because you're local. I remember. Well, I don't know if it's like that now, but I remember when we saw it. I told my wife, I said, honey, we're going to have to move to Florida so we can get a cheaper tickets. I've seen a lot of people have good wishes and they, you know, and it came true. They make wrestling dreams come true to meet their favorite wrestlers. Or like this right here, the Disney trips. So, anyways, guys, that is my story. My stories. Jesse, get a hot towel and compress your eyes and leave it there, LOL. For what? For what? There is a place called Give Kids the World. That's where we stayed. Is all volunteer work. They can turn into a youth ministry trip to Florida. Oh, wow. Great chatting with everyone. Have to get some rest for a full day tomorrow. Have a great blessed night. Much love, everyone. Hi, Project. Thanks for stopping in. We love you. It's dry in here, Chuck. Is this dry in here? I'm telling you. So, anyways, I may just do. Well, I don't want my bed all wet, but yeah, I'll get something put on my like that. There, probably want to make up tomorrow. So, anyways, that was my stories that I was willing to share with you all. I really never really opened up, especially nobody knew about the Disney trip thing. Excuse me, and nobody, my ability I have, nobody knew about it, but my buddy Danny. He's the only one, and my mom and my wife. That's the only ones really knew about it. Chuck didn't even know about my ability. I never told Chuck. This is the first time he ever heard of this. And I've shared with you all too tonight. So this is the first time y'all ever heard about it. So if you ever see me when we're on a paranormal investigation, when we're doing paranormal investigations, if you ever hear me say to Chuck, did you see that? Or did you hear that? If he says no, then I'm the only one that saw it or heard it with my ability. One thing what I noticed about Savannah, Georgia, when I was there in 2010, I saw a lot of spirits walking the town, literally. Hey, playing with me, how you doing? We're all family here. That's true. Same here, but it always... Mr. Contrail, LOL. So guys, I'm glad I was able to share with you all tonight. So you know why I communicate to the dead or talk to the dead, because of this. Hey, it's good to see you. We're good here, getting ready to move out of the city. A little heartbroken. I would rather live in the country any day. I like to find a caretaking job where all your bills are paid for, basically. You just got to care for the land and the animals in the house. As long as it's not a huge house. So anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck, I'm going to be calling you here in a minute. The heck is that? So this comes to the conclusion of the stream. You get a chance, and when Sharon's back on, asked her about that one. The story I shared with you all when I was sitting in my recliner chair, a rocking recliner chair, when I saw somebody went to heaven that night, and 2 days later she got that phone call that her aunt passed away. Asked her about that, guys. She'll tell you, she was right there. Oh, sure. It's because I'm here now. No, Crow, it's not because of that. I've been on for 2 hours, and you missed the good stories that I told. Really good stories. Just go back and watch the replay. You enjoy it. Enjoy your stream tonight. Thank you for sharing. Enjoy your channel very much. Good night, everyone. Good night, September. Love you. Good night, K-Pop. Love you, bro. So this comes to the conclusion of the stream. If he was here on the live stream or not, please go back and watch the replay. Please make sure you leave an awesome comment and smash the like button. Please make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed so you can join our family. If you are new here and you already have subscribed, please understand you're not a subscription, you're not a viewer, you're not a watcher, and you're not a subscriber. You're family. So welcome to the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV's family. Welcome to our family. If you have subscribed, you've been here for a while, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our life. Thank you for being in our family and being part of our family. It is very honored and means a lot to us. And it really does. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the description. Please check out the merchandise. Please check out the merchandise. Get you some. You know, I had a dream the other night, ladies and gentlemen. I really did. Honest to gosh, I can't believe I had this dream the other night. I was sleeping like a baby, just like a rock. Ray, hey. I had this dream that, and like I said, I was dreaming this. I had this dream that we was selling, I'll say it this way, we was selling our merchandise like hotcakes. Because I kept on talking about it. And some reason I was dreaming about our merchandise. And we was selling it like hotcakes. We was doing so good with it. I woke up and I said, don't let that just be a dream. Let it be real. Let it be like a real life. I go to the website and we only sold 2 items. But that dream, when I was dreaming it, that we actually sold our merchandise like hotcakes in that dream. We was selling it left and right. When you go to the store or somebody, constantly buys your stuff. I mean, I had a dream that we were selling our stuff left and right. And I woke up the following morning. Hey, let me check this site out, make sure, see how good see if we actually was selling it like hotcakes as it showed in that dream. 2 items were sold, and that was it. I'm like, really? Come on. It was only a dream. That was crazy. Did you wake up hungry too? No, sometimes when I wake up, I don't eat right away sometimes. And sometimes I'll get up, I'll fire the computer up, and I'll go downstairs while it's loading, waking up and stuff, the computer, the laptop, getting woke up and stuff, like loading up to the home page. And I'll go downstairs and I'll make me some food. And sometimes I won't. I'll sit here to about noon and then go get me some lunch, If I dream of hot cakes, I wake up hungry. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So, guys, check out the description. But that actually was a true dream. That when I was dreaming this, I saw literally the numbers of the merchandise keep turning. Literally was going like this. constantly in this dream. And I was like, wow, I was really pleased and honored to see this row like this. And I woke up and like, oh, really? It had to be a dream. But yes, check out the merchandise, ladies and gentlemen. Please get you some. Everybody needs the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV merchandise in their house. And I believe that way because you're here to support us when you sit here and watch us. And I believe you should also get you some merchandise while you're watching us. You can be holding our pillow, hugging it, and say, this is these people. These awesome people that I watch. Or you can be drinking out of your coffee mug. Or you can be wearing the t-shirt. Or you can be wearing the hoodie sweater. Gosh, that's Chuck Taylor. I can't believe I'm wearing a Chuck Taylor and Jesse the Jackhammer shirts. I can't believe I got them on the Mitchell Family Reality Show TV on my iPhone. This iPhone cover is cool. I can't believe I got them hanging up on my wall, their posters or their flags or their canvases. Everybody needs one. Everybody needs the merchandise from us so you can have it in your house. And when your people walks in your house, say, who's that? It's a YouTube family I watch. They're really good for what they do, and they're an awesome family. I enjoy watching them. And maybe you should check them out. Okay, let me know. All right, guys. So make sure you check out the description. Give some support to my daughter's channel. Check out the 2 video links are in the description. And check out the merchandise. Get you some. Like I said, I believe everybody should have some. We love each and every one of you all for being here tonight. We're glad that you're here. We're glad that you enjoyed the stream. When you are here, if it's any other time that you come through or you did come through, we are so honored and pleased to have you here. We are happy that you enjoy our streams or our videos. I can't stress no more to say thank you for being part of our life and part of our family, guys. It means a lot. It really does. Now this man is going to make everybody hungry and we're going to have to go eat a midnight snack. That's what's going to happen. He's a character, I'm telling you. Oh, Crow. I'm glad you're part of our family. I really am. I'm trying to lose. I don't want to gain this time of the morning. Oh, Crow. Thanks for coming, man. That's right. You put the laughter through the chat, even through the whole live stream. When the replayers, guys, listen, replayers, I'm going to read something to you. Oh Crow. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let's see. Guys, I'm gonna read this to you, okay? So at this point, I was going to end the stream. Oh Crow comes through and says, "Oh, sure, it's because I'm here, right?" LOL. He's trying to make everybody laugh, and he did. And Oh Crow says, "I know, I'm just being silly." Let's see. I was telling about a dream about my merchandise replayers, okay? And Old Crow says, "Did you wake up hungry too?" And then he goes, Old Crow says, "If I dream of hot cakes, I wake up hungry." Trying. Then Old Crow says, "You wouldn't believe what happened if I dream of donuts, but I'll tell you next time." LOL. Then Old Crow gives a big smile. And Old Crow says, "Oh, or a sweet bologna sandwich." Then Old Crow says, "Or a peanut butter sandwich with honey drizzled on top." Then Old Crow says, "Good night, all. I finally made it. Better late than never." Then Old Crow says, "I finally made you laugh out loud. That made my night." So, ladies and gentlemen, replayers, when you rewatch this, I read that for a reason. I read that for a reason. That man made me laugh out loud. But it's a good thing. So when I read the comments that he wrote in the chat, because I know replayers, when you watch this, you won't be able to see the comments. So I do know by me reading that, it's going to make you laugh too. Now Julie says, "Now I'm about to go have a snack." Hey, Laura. Hey, Halton. It's good to see you all. Please just go back and watch the replay. Enjoy the stories that I shared with you all tonight in the replay. Don't fast forward through the video. And if there's any commercials, watch 30 seconds of it and enjoy the video. Am I hungry? Old Crow is asking me if I'm hungry. No. Dang. You're trying to make me hungry now. Love you, brother. Till next time, oh crow. I believe Laura stays hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, I love saying this. I really do. Wait till you see what we got coming your way next. Good night.